Hello, how are you all kids? Okay, today I am welcoming you in my class and we will be doing a chapter of English from your book, and that is chapter 1, When Grandpa Was a Boy. So as the name suggests, in this chapter we will be talking about Grandpa and we are comparing how the life of Grandpa was when he was a boy. And the good thing is it is a poem. So let's go through what the speakers want to describe us. Okay. In this poem, this is about a child who reflects on how different life was for his grandpa when he was a boy. The child realizes that despite the hardships and lack of modern convenience in his grandpa's time, he still cherishes those days and believes that they were better than the modern world. So, in this poem, there is a small boy and he has a conversation with his grandfather and he realized, oh my God, there were so many opportunities and convenience in the modern time which was not present when grandpa was a boy. So now there is a discussion, and still after having problems, not so many convenience, still grandpa realizes that life was better than the current modern life. Let's see. And this starts with a poem. So are you all ready to sing the poem? Let's sing the poem once together, okay? So many things were different when grandpa was a boy. He never saw a movie and never had a toy. He walked 3 miles to go to school and rode upon a slate, and lots of things I daily ate. Grandpa never ate. Yet he always tells me about the good old days and how he did not exchange his youth for all our modern ways. I wonder when I am grandpa's age, if I will then enjoy the thoughts that things were better when I was just a boy. So the poem was interesting. Let's go to each and every stanzas and understand the meaning of each stanzas, okay? So the first stanza says, so many things were different when grandpa was a boy. How the things were different? Can we have an idea how? The things were very different. In the earlier time, there were no such things like shopping malls, complexes and online games. We all play video games, online games. We ordered something whenever we want to eat. We go out for a movie, right? All these things were not there at the time of grandpa when he was a boy. As it's mentioned here, he never saw a movie. He never saw a movie and never had a toy. Grandpa in his childhood never went out for a movie, and neither he has a toy. Sad life. Yes, that's how the earlier life was supposed to be. Okay, next is, he walked 3 miles to school each day. You know, 3 miles, that's a very long journey. And nowadays, you all go to school using bus, right? Or your own cars. But at that time, there were no such vehicles. So grandpa used to walk 3 miles each day to reach to his school. Yes. And rode upon a slate. Slate, you understand? There is a picture showing on. There is a black color rectangular writing pad on which we used to write with the help of a chalk, right? That is called slate. So in the previous time, earlier time, we used to write on the slate. Nowadays we have that digital slates, right? A lot of things I daily eat. Young grandpa never ate. What are those things, kids, which we ate nowadays on a daily basis? Yes, burgers, pizzas, donuts, chocolates, right? But when grandpa was a boy, he never had the access of eating so many things. Yet he always tells me about the good old days. Yet grandpa prefers that life, that those were the old good days. If you will ever talk with your grandfather and grandmother, you will also realize that they love the earlier kind of life. for all our modern ways. So the speaker is saying, and how he did not exchange his youth for all our modern ways. Now we have all the facilities, all the convenience. Still, grandfather is not ready to exchange his youth to settle into our life. He is more interested in following the previous life pattern, like doing exercise, using stairs instead of escalators and lifts, right? I wonder when I am grandpa's age. So the kid is wondering, when I will be my grandpa's age, if I will then enjoy, would he will also be enjoying that way or not? He is thinking the thoughts that things were better when I was just a boy, or he will also be thinking like that when the things were way better when I was a boy, like the grandpa is thinking. Okay, so this poem was basically about two people. One is boy, little young boy, and he is having a conversation with his grandpa when the grandpa was of his age, and how the two lives were different. Okay, the earlier life was a tough life where there were not so many technologies, not so much convenience in life. They were not able to order a pizza whenever they wanted to, but we can, right? So that's how. And boy still thinks that why grandpa is still liking that life over this life. And the other question is, would I will also be liking my previous life when I will be grandpa's age? Can all of you also give a thought to this ever? Okay, so you can give a thought to this, but most importantly you have to enjoy the poem and have to go through the exercise of the poem, okay? So now comes few sight words. Sight words you all are aware about. Sight words are the words which we use in our general life so that our reading and our speaking become more fluent. So what are the sight words which we have used in this chapter? The first one is he. Okay, he is a word which is used as a pronoun for a male. Yes. Next is and we use very frequently in our life. I want to have a chocolate and a cake. Okay. Never is something I don't want to do it again. So how can you say this? I never want to do it. I will never go to that place again, right? So never is a word. And not. Not is most importantly. Also we use not very frequently in our day-to-day life. Okay, so these are the sight words of the chapter. Next, keywords. Keywords are there, and let's pay attention. Keywords are important. Miles. Miles, unit to measure distance. When we have to measure small distance, we use units like meter, centimeter. But when we have to measure very long distance, like the distance between two states or two cities, we use the unit called miles. M-I-L-E-S, miles. Okay. Moving ahead to the next one, exchange. That's easy. Exchange means to give something to someone and get something. We exchange our gifts at Christmas or at Diwali function or at any function in our school. We exchange gifts. We give something to someone and get something in back, right? Next is youth. Youth. Youth, the time when someone is young. In our life, we have different stages. Like you all are kid today. When you will be little grown up, then come the next stage when you will be young enough. And that stage is called youth. Okay. Next is modern. Modern era. We are living in a modern era. Modern means the present or recent time. The recent time. This era, the life which we are living these days is a modern life. But grandpa life was not very modern life, right? So whatever is being done in the recent time, that is called modern. And the last is wonder. Wonder. I wonder how beautiful is that. I wonder, that is so exciting, right? To want to know something in a surprise. So when you are surprised about something, you feel wonder. Wow, Oh my God, that's so exciting, right? So that's how it's a feeling of excitement. Wonder is when you want to know something and or you want to surprise or you get surprise in return. That feeling is wonder. Okay, I hope the sight words, the poem and the keywords are clear. And then we'll be doing the exercise, the question answers and the other parts. Okay, thank you.